Welcome everyone to a wonderful episode. Today we got Linkin Park. Today. This is going to be the one without Emily because we already did an album review of
Yes.
From Zero, which was really good. That was still a really good album.
Hmm.
But we decided to like I don't know how we haven't done this, but before we get all this started, y'all guys are wonderful. Go listen to us on Spotify. Go check us out or below if you're on YouTube. If you're already on Spotify, thank you. Give us a rating. Leave us a comment.
Yes.
We love the engagement. We
Hmm.
absolutely love you. You guys are super chads, man. You guys are just awesome. Did you
And
like that? Did you
also,
like
yeah,
that?
that surprised me a little bit actually. Also, if you are interested in listening to new Linkin Park, then go and check out our episode from Zero, which we do delve into the album
That's
and
a really good one.
go through
Yeah, that's a really good
top
album.
fives. And well, no, we didn't pick top five. We just did a whole
No, we didn't
album
go through
review for
top
that,
fives.
didn't
We
we?
just went through the whole album.
Yeah, song by song. So go and give that a listen if you are a fan of Linkin Park, which hopefully you are, and you'll be very excited for this episode.
Yes. And but with that said, my week with Linkin Park was I had a mixed bag here for like heavy emotions and just still kind of like recovering with what I'm going through because I
Hmm.
feel like I'm in recovery now
Yeah.
and I'm in like that I'm in because like last week was like my therapy session and I
Mm,
feel like I took that therapy session and put it into Linkin Park and now it's
yeah.
like I'm still on this healing journey, but then there was these like other emotions that got brought up, but we'll get into them.
Hmm.
And but I feel like I'm getting better at this. I feel like I'm getting better at dealing with what's going on,
Good.
and I'm all here for it.
Mm,
I think that it's my week to go first, right?
yes.
Should we just jump right in, man?
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
All right. So my first song that I chose, my number five, was "One More Light." This
Wow. What a start.
starting off heavy here.
Okay. Setting the scene for the whole
So
episode here. Thank you.
yeah, right. So 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 I'm just gonna go over some facts because, like I said, I got all my notes right here that I've been
Okay.
taking through this week. Because I feel like me writing about what's going on in my life, I feel like it's a lot easier
Mm,
to deal with because it
yeah.
becomes real, and then you're like, okay, I have to face this now.
Mm,
And I think doing these notes and doing these like reflections are kind of like my healing journey and
helping.
how it's helping.
Good.
And but for the facts for this one, this song was written after the loss of a friend to cancer.
Right.
Um, and the song wasn't meant to be a single, but fans made it one. It
Yeah.
became a symbol of grief and connection.
Mm,
And this was the last song Chester ever performed live. So that's kind of what hit me really hard with it.
yeah.
Um, but the lyrics that really hit me was "Who cares if one more light goes out in a sky of a million stars."
Mm,
I really absolutely love that. And then they're like, and then there's three words that like, that he says at the end says, "Well, I do,"
mm,
you know.
yeah.
So my reflection for this one reminds me of my dad, but also if anyone I've lost that I didn't want to let go of. When
Mm,
people fade out of your life, it can feel like the world doesn't even notice, but I notice.
mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I notice these things. The song doesn't try to fix the pain; it just honors it,
Yeah.
and that's all I need some nights this.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm telling you, just like writing these things down is just helping me out so much.
I love that.
And when I hear this song, this was like song, my mom's not gonna like hearing this. So whenever I was taking acid for a time of my life, I listened to Linkin Park, and this was one of the songs that came on, and I just started crying hysterically after the song because of
Mm,
my dad.
yeah.
And I guess, I couldn't really like let go of that connection.
Mm,
And this one, it just like who cares if things don't work out? Who cares
mm,
if someone's gone, or they won't miss you.
yeah.
Like I miss them. I
Mm,
notice.
yeah. Yeah.
And that's such a human thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And this song is just like I said, we're starting off heavy. I got a lot of emotions right now. I'm trying not to cry because the song is about my dad
Yeah.
and about anyone that I had to let go of when I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And this song just hits so fucking hard.
Mm,
and I absolutely love this one. It's a slower song than they do,
Yeah.
but it's one of the most raw emotional songs that Chester ever did.
Yeah.
And I'll say that quite a few times throughout this whole thing.
Mm.
But this, what did you think about this one, man?
Well, for me, this just literally makes me think of Chester every time like that. I can't associate with this song with
Fans
anything.
did do that for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those songs where it is so sad to hear it after he's passed. And obviously you just relate that song back to him, and that for me is just what I'll always think of when I hear this song. Like obviously it's, obviously it is about somebody else, yes, but like you say, I think the fans just streaming this after that happened and sending it off to, number one. And I don't know, did it get to number one? I'm not actually sure. It probably did on
Not
the
sure
rock
if it did
charts
or
or
not.
something like that. But yeah, this is a hard song now to listen to, especially reading along and, sort of almost taking the lyrics that are in the song, but just reflecting back on Chester. This is just such a brilliant, like beautiful song. Like you said, it's totally different from anything Linkin Park have really done. But yeah, this is a tough, raw, emotional listen. That's what I felt
It's a me
hearing this back.
song.
It is a very you song, actually. Yeah, kick it straight off with that. It definitely is.
I mean,
Um,
like, we're kicking off strong here this week.
yeah, but yeah, obviously, people can, no doubt, and will just sort of use this song to remember loved ones and everything else, which is, like you said, what your pick was
Like
this
me,
week.
like, it
Yeah,
reminds
yeah,
me of
yeah,
my dad, like, all
yeah,
day.
yeah. It is. It's a beautiful song and just such a well written song. It's just very sad to listen to.
It really is.
But
But I
a
really
great
do like
pick.
it, man.
Yeah,
It was a great pick. It was a
yeah,
great pick.
it is.
But that's all I really got for this one. Great song, heavy song to start out with.
Mm.
Let's go on to something a little bit lighter from you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to your number five,
I'm interested to hear your
and I think
thoughts
that
actually on this one because I didn't want to, like we were just saying before we started recording. So the song is One Step Closer, but it's
yeah, no,
it's
it was this
it's
one.
the
Yep.
one from the Reanimation album. So
Yes, this is the one with
obviously,
Jonathan Davis in
yeah,
it.
yeah. So obviously, like Linkin Park, One Step Closer, what a staple song of early 2000s. Like it was literally everywhere. And you could not get away from it when it came out. I remember it was on every single rock radio station, MTV, all the video channels and
Yeah,
everything. And it is awesome. But this one for me is one that I only discovered this week. I don't remember getting the Reanimation album. I didn't have a
I had the
physical.
Reanimation
I
album.
didn't get the
I had
physical
it.
copy, so I'm kind of a little bit
No,
that no, that's one of the things that I've learned from this week is that I've kind of missed out on a few interesting tracks. I think this
yes,
album,
this album was really
yeah,
good.
yeah, it's interesting, and I probably understand why some fans might not like it. But the reason I picked this one anyway was I love how this song is remixed and how it's like so industrial
Yes,
sounding. I mean,
it does.
arguably the original one did have a bit of a industrial, gritty, like raw sound anyway, but this just adds another layer onto it. And like, obviously, shout out to Jonathan Davis, absolute legend of the game anyway, but it just adds so much more the way that this song is, and I'm dying to hear what you thought about me picking this song.
All right, so I do have some things about this. So the lyrics, obviously it's from One Step Closer.
Hmm.
So the lyrics kind of never really change.
Yeah.
The ones that I picked out, there was two of them. It says, "I can't feel the way I did before,"
Hmm.
and the other one is the damage you've inflicted, it's permanent, and I fucking absolutely love those.
Yeah.
The facts I got this one. This is a remix of One Step Closer with a more chaotic, aggressive sound.
Yeah.
Like we said, it has Jonathan Davis from Korn. I had that as a note.
Yeah.
This is meant to feel unstable and intense, like like you're spiraling under pressure,
Hmm.
and that's kind of like where the remix comes from, which
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
was really cool. My reflection for this one, this is the sound of a breakdown, not the kind where you scream out loud, the kind where everything inside of you is boiling
Mm.
and you just want someone to hear you. That's how it felt earlier this week when I didn't know what to say, but the weight was all over there. This
Yeah.
gave this gave that weight a voice, and I think that this was like one of those ones where it was gritty. The remix was really good,
Yeah.
and I couldn't stop listening to it.
Hmm.
It was such a long intro,
Yeah, yeah, it's a long song, isn't it?
but once the song started,
Mm,
it was so good. And then Jonathan Davis came in,
yeah,
and I was like, wow,
he's a
what a
god.
way to then I never thought that I would have Jonathan Davis on a Linkin Park track
Mm,
ever.
good
And
point. That.
because back then I wasn't really so when this album came out, I wasn't really like a big, huge Korn fan, but I knew who they were.
Yeah,
So I didn't know who Jonathan Davis was at that time.
yeah.
But now that I'm like looking back and I was like,
Hmm.
oh shit, this has Jonathan Davis on it. I was like, wow, that's absolutely amazing. I love this.
Yeah.
This is such a
Pretty.
cool,
I don't know. I was gonna
cool,
say
like
like pretty big for the time, but I don't
it was
know. I
kind of
mean,
big for the
I
time.
guess it was because obviously, real release for Linkin Park, like proper first debut album as
Yes.
well.
Oh yeah,
And then
for
to get,
sure.
I'm assuming that this came out not long after Hybrid Theory, so to kind of
I can actually
show,
look that up here.
yeah,
No, I can
I
just
was
do it
just
right
like
here.
thinking to show what an impact that album actually made.
2002.
Okay, so
So it
yeah,
came out 2 years after.
hmm, yeah, it kind of does go
Yeah,
to
it came out two
show
years after.
what an impact that album was to have somebody like Jonathan Davis, who at this time that this was recorded anyway, already peaking.
Yeah, because Linkin Park had just started
Yeah,
in like
yeah, that's what I
99,
mean.
2000.
Yeah, to get
So it's
somebody,
like, wow, to have Jonathan Davis come out and be like, I want to record with these guys. I really
yeah,
want to be
yeah,
on this track.
yeah, pretty impressive is that. But
It was super cool, man. I really did like
another
this
thing I
track.
liked about this song, I don't know if you noticed, was that like the part here where it says everything you say to me, it doesn't. It feels weird not having the next part come after
Right?
that. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like it's missing it,
I totally
and
get
then right
that.
towards the end, you do get the part that you're missing. It leaves you like
Yeah.
wanting for the whole track, and then right at the end, it does come back in again, and you get Chester screaming, and it's like, yeah,
And I was
this
like, oh my God,
full
thank you.
circle. Yeah, yeah. I was kind of
Like, thank you
worried.
for putting this
The
here. I
more
appreciate this
the
so
more it
much.
got towards the end, I was like thinking, oh my god, we're not even going to get it. It's going to be a remix without that's going to be the remix that it doesn't have that
There's
part
gonna
on
be
it.
yeah,
And then it finally comes back in and it's like, yes, let's go. Yeah, really good though,
but
this.
I do like the remix. I think this was a good pick for you. This was definitely an interesting pick from you, and a lot of them have been like that lately. You haven't been really
Mm,
picking like the basic bitch stuff.
good.
So like I'm actually
I'm
very
I'm
impressed.
going to use the joke I used earlier. I am breaking the habit.
Oh my God, do not bring oh my God. And I had that song in
I
my
know you
top
do. That's
five,
what I used
so
it.
oh my
I
God.
felt like it was appropriate
That's all
though.
I really got for this one, man. This is a great pick. I
Cool.
really like this.
I love it too.
So my next one that I'm gonna do is Waiting for the End. This was
Okay.
another song that I really liked, and this was like I really like the way this song starts.
Hmm.
I really like the guitar that starts with it,
Yeah.
and I really love the whole message behind the song too.
Mm-hmm.
So the lyrics that I got for this, or you know what, I'll just give you the facts first, and then I'll go into the
Okay.
lyrics. So this one combines rock, rap, and reggae, symbolizing emotional conflict. So you like have all these different genres that are mixing together. So there's like this conflict that's going on within
Yeah.
the song already. Chester's vocals were done in one raw take
Oh
on this
wow.
song.
That is awesome.
So that was really, yeah, that's very impressive. It was written about the fear of letting go and beginning again. Because you're waiting for the end. You're waiting for that time to come.
Yeah.
You're waiting for it to end. And it's like, okay, where's the new beginning
Mm.
start? The lyrics I picked were all I want to do is trade this life for something new. And the other one is the hardest part of ending is starting again.
Mm.
And it's just, bro, this is such an emotional song again.
Yeah.
But we'll get into better songs here. And it's going to get happier, I promise. Maybe we don't know. I don't know how this is
Possibly.
going to go.
Yeah.
Possibly. But my reflection for this song was this whole week has been about trying to move forward while still dragging the past behind me. I've been in the middle of a transition that I didn't ask for, but I'm doing my best to walk through it anyways. I
Mm.
smiled through the hurt and made space for hope, slowly, quietly, but I'm still here. And I think that that's
Nice.
like it's powerful. I mean, the song was
Mm.
so powerful for me, and I was like, man, I really have to have this song in here
Yeah.
because I couldn't stop listening to this song because I was like, where's the new beginning start? When does
Mm,
this ache go
very
away?
appropriate for you.
When yeah, it's like when can we start again? When can I stop dragging this past behind me and just cut ties
Yeah, yeah.
and just like cut all the past out and
Hmm.
just start new again.
Yeah.
And it's like all I want to do is trade this life for something new. Give me a new life. Give me
Mm,
something that I don't have that doesn't have like all this baggage that comes with it.
yeah.
And the song was just absolutely amazing, man. What did you think?
Yeah, this was a feeler pick for me.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
definitely
Okay.
I definitely listened, read along with it, and was like, yeah, I feel those feels. I know why you've picked it. One of the lyrics fairly early on for me was when Chester says, "Waiting for the end to come, wishing I had strength to stand. This is not what I had planned. It's
Yeah.
out of my control."
Oh,
And it,
that was a hard one to pick from too. That was
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
ones I was going to use.
And then he goes on to say, "Flying at the speed of light, thoughts were spinning in my head. So many things were left unsaid. It's hard to let you go." And I read that and was like, "Oh my god, the feels,
Damn.
the
Yeah.
literal feels through that." But yeah, it was a very like I'd not really thought about it, but when you mentioned about like reggae, they really do like cross genres so well as a band, don't they? Because there's quite a few other songs that not songs that I've picked, but ones that like just as I've been listening to, like thinking, wow, I sort of didn't expect it to take this direction, or I didn't expect it to go down this
Yes.
path,
No,
and
I
they
get that. I
really,
totally
really
get that.
do just cross genres together so well, and that is something that I picked up on this week from listening to these. But this is a really emotional and musically it's nice to listen to musically, if that makes sense.
It really is,
it's
right?
it's another one of
Yeah,
those
it's one of those ones where you don't expect.
sad
Yeah,
lyrics, great music
well,
again.
it's like one of those ones where like you pop it on, you're like, man, I didn't expect to feel anything today,
Yeah,
but
that's what I
here we
mean. Yeah,
are.
yeah. As I was, started listening
It
to
like
it, I
takes
was
you
like,
like
okay,
it like blindsides you basically, and
yeah.
you're like, oh shit, I didn't expect to like want to fucking cry today,
Mm,
but here we go, here
here
we
we are.
are.
Yeah, you do seem to find these quite regularly, where it's a
I same, and I
where
don't
it's
know.
a
They
happy
find
beat.
me. They
Yeah,
find
yeah,
me.
okay, that's true. Yeah, happy beat with sad lyrics and just Keith's name
It's
all
just,
over it.
but the most impressive part of for me is definitely like him doing it in one take. That's
Yeah, no, that's
absolutely
really
insane
impressive.
that he did it in one take. And I'm like, bro, that just shows you like the power of Chester
Mm.
and what he brought to the
Just
table.
absolute pure
And
talent. I'm not even surprised
and
by hearing that, really,
really,
because I'd expect him to do something like that, knowing how talented that he was. Do you know what I
oh, I
mean?
got you.
That's
Yeah,
kind of what I mean. But yeah, that it is still
it's still
impressive to hear.
impressive.
Yeah, yeah,
Very
no, it
impressive
is.
still.
Yeah,
But that's all I really got this from. That's all you got for that one.
yeah.
All right, well, cool. We'll go to your next one. What's your next one, Huxley?
So
I want to
my
talk about this one too. This one was really cool.
okay. So my number 4, I have gone with "Hands Held High."
Yep.
This is on Minutes to
So
Midnight, and I bet you didn't
I kind
expect me
of
to
want to
pick
just
this.
start off by saying one thing before you get started.
Mhm.
Um, I this is probably my favorite album by them. Is this?
I did wonder. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
wonder.
I think that this is my favorite album by
Yeah.
them. I bought this album in Korea when I was in the Navy when it came out in 2007,
Mm.
and I bought it in a hole in the wall album
Yeah.
store, and they just so happened to have it
Oh, okay.
in Seoul. I bought it in Seoul, Korea,
Mm.
and I had the CD in my hand, and I was just like,
Uh,
I have the new CD, and I'm gonna go listen to it now,
yeah.
and I'm gonna enjoy it. And I think
That's
the
awesome.
first, uh, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk this. But after that, I just want to give that little intro to
Yeah,
it,
no, I love
so
that.
you can see where I'm coming from
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
like I talk about this song.
Yeah, yeah. I love hearing those stories.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this again, like what immediately pulled me into this was just that like military snare drum right at the start.
It's meant to be that way too.
Yeah, and it really sort of, like my ears kind of pricked up, and I was like, right, okay, I am listening. Please continue about this. Um,
Yeah.
so that's literally like what pulled me in immediately, and then obviously as you get through the song, it's obviously. I mean, can we before we jump into the song, can we just talk about how good Mike Shinoda is?
Oh, for
But
real. We could talk about that all
across,
day if we
I
want
know, across
to.
everything though, like how good he is at making music, as in producing it and actually making
Yeah.
the
Oh,
music,
yes,
and
of
then how
course.
good he is at rapping, and not even just rapping, but writing melodic lyrics. Or
Oh, he's
like,
so good.
I genuinely don't think I've fully appreciated him enough over these
And you
past.
think that after this week you do now?
Yeah, I know it's been 25 years and I'm a little late to the party.
It has been 25 years.
But this and one of the other songs that I've picked just like literally blew me away, like lyrics wise. And I just cannot, I really could kick myself for leaving it this long, for working out how
And it's
good
the all
he is.
men's part too that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really like. That part that's just playing right now.
That
Like
again is
that
another
part
bit.
really got me too.
Yeah, yeah, that it really is one that came from absolutely nowhere. And it was just like,
And you're like,
wow,
wow.
I've already got this military themed beat in my head, and then then the amens come in, and it is just again such an emotional song. Please tell me some
So
facts
like the
about it.
lyrics right here. So it says, it's like in my living room watching, but I
Yeah.
am not laughing because when it gets tense, I know what might happen. The
Mm.
war is cold. Both men take action, have to react to get blown into fractions. And he's talking
So
about like a
sad.
war,
Yeah.
we're talking about like a war that's going on, but at the same time, this doesn't have to be like a physical war that's
No,
going
no,
on. This
that's
could
what
be
I
like
was
an
gonna
emotional
say.
war.
Is it
So,
war with
so that,
himself?
so that's where I'm gonna go. So,
Yeah.
the lyrics that I picked were, um, "When the rich wage war, it's the poor who
Oh, I
die,"
love that
and
line.
it
I
and
literally
and
love
it's
that one.
so good because it's very true how that happens.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
it
like
is.
all these like it's not really wealthy people; it's the people in power.
Mm,
They wage these wars,
yeah.
like physical wars, and then the poor people are the ones that have to go fight. They're
Mm,
the ones serving their country.
yeah, yeah. Reminds me of the
And then it
System of a
says,
Down song. The why do
"Oh,
presidents fight the war? Why do they always send the poor?
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah. And then the other lyric I had was, "We pray on our knees and tell our gods to save us."
mm.
And bro, he's such a good fucking
I
lyricist,
know the
man.
wordplay is
Like
insane.
so good. But this track was written about the Iraqi war.
All right, okay.
Um, and it says it uses a church organ to give it a
Mm,
funeral-like emotional weight, and it's meant to express rage and helplessness over the state of the world.
yeah.
Like this song could definitely be used today. You
Mm,
know, I
absolutely,
know
yeah.
we're not political, and I'm not going to get into that,
No,
but it definitely could be
it could
used
be.
today if yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
But like emotionally for me, you know, my reflection on this, like personally for my life,
Mm,
is this: I've been holding a lot in, and this helped me choose silence over explosion. It
mm,
reminded me that not every battle is mine to fight, and not every reaction deserves my energy.
yeah.
I've had to show restraint this week, not because I am weak, but because I'm trying to protect what's left of my peace.
Mm.
And I think that this song, I was like, oh man, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
You're like
no,
this.
yeah. An
And
awesome
but,
point that.
like, it's so funny how this one can be written about, like, the war that was going on, but
Mm,
a person could listen to this that's never heard about the war or anything
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, like, "Man, I am fighting some demons here."
Mm,
And that like, it's so funny how you could write a song that's like this, but someone could just take it and just interpret their own way.
mm,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
what I love to do. I love to interpret, like, I say this so many different times. I could give this song to 100 different people, and they
Hmm.
would give me 100 different reactions to this
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
And that's just the power of music. And I
Mm,
think that this one, not only because I'm dealing with like a war inside that
mm,
it's slowly coming to an end,
yeah,
but like I am now choosing like peace over explosion.
yeah.
I don't want to explode anymore. I'm not here to be
Hmm.
angry anymore. It is not who I am. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It does not deserve my energy. And this
Amen.
is kind of like amen. Bro, amen. That's all I gotta say for this song. Amen. It's so good. I absolutely love this song, and I really love that you picked this song from this album
Mm,
because, like I said, this is probably my favorite album by them. Just because of the memory that it has
yeah,
from me
yeah.
buying it in Seoul,
That
Korea,
explains a
and
lot now.
then like listening to it. just nonstop
Mm.
on a CD player I had on the
Yeah,
ship,
yeah, yeah.
and I just like I went through so many
How's that back of
batteries.
yours?
My back is doing just fine, thank you. It has not blown out yet.
Yet.
But I do like this one, like because
Yeah.
there's the bridge right here. It
Hmm.
says, "With hands held high into a sky so blue, and the ocean opens up to swallow you."
Yeah.
I love that because I was on a boat, bro,
Hmm.
during this time when this
Yeah,
song
yeah.
was
Very
written.
appropriate for
You
you.
know, like, and the sky was so blue on
Mm.
most days,
Yeah.
and the ocean was like just you. You when you're on a boat, I call it a boat, but it was an aircraft carrier. It was a
Yeah, yeah.
really huge ship. You know, it was
Mm.
over 1,000 feet long.
Yeah.
It could fit 5,000 people out to sea.
Oh my God.
But when you're out there in the middle of the ocean, and there's just miles of water around you, you feel like the ocean could swallow you at
Yeah,
any
yeah.
moment.
Mm.
And then that's just how it is. Like below you is like
Mm.
10 to 20,000 feet of water and pressure
Yeah.
underneath you.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And that's where these lines, yeah, it like repeats itself, but
Mm.
like the amens kind of seem to like attenuate it, or I think I'm saying that word right. I don't like
Yeah, yeah.
extenuate, yeah? Is that the right word I'm using? I don't know if that's the right word. Anyways,
No,
it
no, I can
it
think of the
complements
word that
it.
you. Yeah.
I know.
I
It
know the word you'd
complements it.
mean, but I can't think of what the word is.
It float, but even though that he says this phrase over and over,
Yeah.
the amens complement the way that he does it,
Mm.
and you have this choir in the back, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
this for you was probably like the one I didn't quite expect from you, just
Okay.
because of the what like the emotional impact that this song has and
Yeah, yeah.
the what the song is about.
Mm.
But I'm very happy that it's here.
Yeah. Like I said, that snare drum is what immediately pulled me in, and I was like,
Oh
okay, I
yeah.
am listening now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With
But
the
that's all
sound.
I got for this one, man.
Hmm.
Great pick. This
Thank
is
you.
awesome. So we're gonna go to my next one, and I went with leave out all the rest.
Okay.
This
Same album.
we're about to get really heavy here.
Oh no. Strap in.
So strap in. So I'm gonna start with the facts, and then we'll get into the emotional shit.
Okay.
So the facts for this one, this is one of the band's most vulnerable tracks, written as a farewell letter.
Okay.
A fan favorite for memorials and tributes.
Mm.
It embraces imperfection and the hope embraces imperfections and the hope to be remembered with grace. The lyrics that I picked for this one, and there's two of them. When my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be missed.
Mm.
And then the other one says, forgetting all the hurt inside you've learned to hide so well. So sorry, I'm getting real like super emotional with this one.
Yeah.
This one is directly for my dad.
Yeah.
This one is for my dad. Oh, sorry, I'm reading my reflection.
Hmm.
This one is for my dad. There's a part of me that wants to believe he would have said this if he knew how.
Yeah.
And a part of me that hopes one day I'll be remembered the same way. Not for what I messed up, but for what I tried to give. It's okay if the love wasn't perfect, it still mattered. And I think that that's, where
Touching.
it's just this such an emotional song
Hmm.
and such like, I can't get over the fact of like this band is known for their hard music,
Yeah.
but then they give you something like this, and it's
Hmm.
like, bro, why am I fucking crying right now? Like this is like, why are you fucking doing this to me? Damn you, Chester and Mike, why do this to me?
Yeah.
But it's just, and once again, this is off the Minutes of Midnight album, my favorite album,
Mm.
and I love this other line here. It says, um, just right after the reasons to be missed, and don't resent me. And when you're feeling empty, keep me in your memory. Leave out all the rest. Leave out all the bad stuff that I've done.
Yeah.
Leave out all of this shit that I thought that didn't matter
Mm.
or it didn't matter to you. Leave all that out.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
give me a reason to be
Just
missed. Give
keep me
me
there.
like remember the love that I gave. Remember
Mm.
how hard I've tried. And this one, like for my dad, and for those that don't know, that are listening or watching, my dad died from alcohol. I'm not afraid to say that
Mm.
now. It's been 10 years,
Yeah.
and this is something that I wish that he would have heard or
Mm.
something that he wish he would have said.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to be missed for not for, you know, the abuse that I did for, you know,
Mm.
towards my kids
Yeah.
and you know, and my wife and you know, like he tried to correct it. He really did, but the
Mm.
damage was already done.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's like, I wish that I could be missed and just leave out all the rest. Leave out everything that I've done bad and
Mm.
remember the good times that I did have with you. And because the last thing that he said to me before he passed away was that he loved me. And that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the lines that I will always one of the memories, core memories
Yeah.
that I'll
Yeah.
always remember is
Mm.
that when he turned off the light, I was playing my League of Legends
Mm.
and it was like 2:30 in the morning and he turned off the light and says, "I love you, Keith." And I
Mm.
love you too, Dad. And then that's the last interaction I ever had with him.
Yeah.
So this song kind of represents that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving out everything else, but I'm keeping this one memory, and this one memory will
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
be burned in my brain.
Mm.
What did you think about this one, man?
Yeah, the way you described it as like a memorial song, I got that immediately. But again, this was another one that listening to the lyrics just made me think of Chester. Yeah, again, that's pretty much all I've done this
Same.
week.
And that was another thing, you know, like
Yeah,
it's not
no.
only my dad, but it's but like
No, it's the
but
guy
for
singing
you,
it.
like I guess it's different. Yeah, it's the guy
Yeah,
singing it.
yeah.
For me, it's like, you know, because like my dad, he hid the hurt so
Mm,
well. He dealt with his demons
yeah.
for so long before it took his life.
Hmm.
And that's you know, I can't be who you are, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like I can't like for me, I feel like the part of me is like fighting that myself right now too.
Mm,
Like I can't be who you are. I can't be who you want me to be.
yeah, yeah.
But leave out all the yelling and all the cursing and all the
Mm,
abuse that has happened in my life
yeah.
and just remember the good times that I did have with you.
Mm,
And that's kind of what Chester would want too. He would want
yeah,
you
yeah.
to, you know, like to
Exactly.
not remember the bad things that has happened, like
Mm,
how he took his own life and stuff like that. And
yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't want you to remember that. He
No,
wants you to
no.
remember all
All
the
the
good
good
memories that he
times.
has given you.
Mm. Yeah, like just the bit where he says, "When my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done." And even just that line in itself, like just hearing him now sing that "When my time comes," it's almost
Yeah.
like
It's just
foreshadowing.
so eerie,
I
right?
know it
It's
really
so
is.
eerie to hear it.
Yeah, yeah,
Haunting is the word I was
yeah,
trying to
yeah. It
find.
is. Yeah,
Very
perfect
haunting.
description. Yeah, very, very sad. So yeah, thanks for making me cry for this one. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
I'm
I'm glad
already,
I can help you out,
I'm
man.
already grief stricken from Black Sabbath no longer being a band. So yeah, this didn't
Oh,
help.
but remember, leave out all the rest.
True.
Hey, look, they are
Remember the
no
good
longer
times.
together, right? But you still have all the
That's
time that
fair.
you have shared with them.
Yeah.
So I think that this is a good memorial song for you for Black Sabbath as well.
Oh my God.
You poor thing. You
Thank you
poor
for
thing.
that. Me and many others, may
You're
I add
welcome.
to that? Me and many others.
You're welcome. That's all I got for this one, man. Go
Okay.
ahead and go to your next one.
So
And your
my
next
next
one
one
is
is,
very interesting.
yeah, it's When They Come For Me, which is from the A Thousand Suns album.
Thousand Sons album.
I bet you didn't expect me to pick
This
anything from
was
this
a
album
very
either,
odd
did you?
pick. This was an odd pick I never expected. This was the one
Really?
that this was the one I was like, wow, he picked such a deep cut from these
Yeah,
albums. And
I
I was
did.
like, oh shit. What was it
I
about the
am
song that
not
you like you
playing this week.
no, you are not playing this week. You came to play. You came to
So,
win. You didn't come to play, you came to
yeah, I did,
win.
yeah. So yeah, this track just really stuck out. As the moment I heard it with those like booming drums. If you people
Yes.
clearly have already spotted that if a song starts with amazing drums, then I'm already instantly loving it. But yeah, it just kept on building and building. So those awesome drums immediately pulled me in at the start. And then once, yet again, like I was saying, like Mike starts rapping and this flow is something else. Like I literally was blown away when I heard it.
It's it's like so unorthodox the way that he
Yeah,
does
yeah,
it.
it is.
Like there's
Yeah,
such a different flow here
yeah.
as well. And that's kind of
That's
what I got it from it too.
yeah, yeah. But
Like there's like
again,
an offbeat with the drums, but he's
yeah,
doing
yeah,
like
there
an
is.
offbeat with the rapping. And
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
that's really cool.
What's the word? Syncopation. That's what the word is for that one. It's like,
Explain what that word means to me.
so it's basically that he's rapping a certain way, but the beat almost sounds like a beat behind or a beat in front of how he's rapping.
Oh, I got you.
So
Okay,
like
got
rapping
you.
off the beat that way.
Okay, so I kind of already like
Yeah,
got it
yeah,
before I even knew it. I
yeah.
got you.
So yeah, so that kind of pulled me in immediately, and then but this part of the lyrics, honestly, I like literally my jaw dropped, and I had to. I know it sounds dramatic, but my jaw genuinely did drop, and I had to go back again and listen back to it. But it's when he says, let me just find the part here. I'll go a little bit before it because it's all amazing, this part. So he says, Lauren said money change a situation. Big
Yeah,
said
right. I'm
it
right here.
increased the
Yeah,
complication. Kane said, don't step, I ain't the one. Chuck said that Uzi weigh a motherfucking ton. So that clearly references like classic rap songs. Then after that, he
yes.
says, I'm just a student of the game that they taught me, rocking every stage in every place that it brought me. I'm awfully underrated, but came here to correct it. And so it ain't mistaken. I must state it for the record. And then this bit here is what literally made me lose my shit. He says, I'm the opposite of whack, opposite of weak, opposite of slack, synonym of heat, synonym of crack, closest to a peak, far from a punk. Y'all ought to stop talking, start trying to catch up, motherfucker. And then the people say it, and then those amazing
Yeah,
drums
there's
come
like
back in again at that part. But
a
just that like part, I was just like, what on
that whole
earth?
stanza is so
Because the
good.
way that he delivers it is obviously like amazing. But then when you actually read what he said, so I'm the opposite of whack, great. Opposite of weak,
Cool.
strong. Opposite of slack, tight. Synonym of heat. So now he's not the opposite. Now he's a synonym of heat.
He's like the
So
same.
he's
He's the
yeah,
same.
yeah,
He's on
he's
fire.
hot, yeah,
He's
basically,
on
yeah.
fire.
A
I'm
synonym
hot.
of crack. And like, yeah, closest to a peak. He's so high up. I'm just like, this has literally like blown my mind hearing him rap all of this.
He's such a genius.
He is. And it's pretty much those two reasons why I'm like, this has to go in. I have to talk about this song just because if you can't tell already how passionate I am about hearing it.
So I got some things to say about this song too.
Well, a cool off, please.
So the facts. So these are some of the facts that I have for him. I
Okay.
tried to get 3 facts for each song.
Yeah.
Tried
That's cool.
to. Um, this song was written to push back on critics who wanted the band to stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
He has deliberately messy rhythms and structure to match the feeling of defiance.
I like that.
And this is a declaration of a self-ownership and independence from it.
Yeah.
So like he was like trying to push back. He's like, "Oh, you want us
Yeah,
to
yeah.
stay
He's
the
literally
same? No.
making a statement here.
Bands are evolving. Bands are
Yeah.
always changing. Bands are always evolving. If you don't evolve, you can never stay in the game long enough."
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the fans didn't understand at the time.
Yeah.
And it for me too, it was kind of like in a way I wasn't a critic about it because the album was different, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
But I like what I like. You know what I mean? So for me, it says I am not the fortune and the fame.
Yes.
You know, it's like I'm not the yes. I was like I'm not this.
Yeah.
But really, like, how can you not talk about the try to catch up, motherfucker, without
No,
using it
it's
in the
great, isn't
song?
it?
Try to catch up. Try to catch up to me, buddy. Like this
Try.
is not fucking happening.
Yeah.
My reflection for this song was this was me when I had to stop asking for permission to feel what I feel. I drew my lines, I said my truth, and for once I didn't explain it away. This song isn't polite, and neither was I.
Yeah.
But sometimes the only way forward is to stop pretending you're okay with being overlooked. And I think that that's fucking amazing. This song was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like this was the song I because I literally went through the lyrics to myself.
Yeah.
And I was going through this, and I was like,
awesome,
"Oh shit!" Like it's like, "Oh, when they come for me, come,
yeah.
do it,
Yeah.
come for me, do it. I'll put you in the ground."
Yeah.
Like this is how it is, man. I am
It's
done with being
awesome.
polite with you guys. I'm done trying to be this nice guy that's like wanting to do things. Like I'm like I could be cold, but I'm not cruel. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But he was
exactly.
cruel in this song to the critics, bro. He let them fucking have it.
Oh,
And I was so happy
at the end
when
of the
I heard
day,
this fact.
It's like, you know, he wants to do something or he wants to go on a certain musical direction. So he's entitled to
Yes.
do that. And if people don't like it,
He is. It's his
they don't
band.
have to listen. Yeah, exactly. I just
Don't
love
listen
it's
to
like
it.
the biggest
Like,
F
I mean,
you,
they what? They still have 50 million monthly followers.
Exactly.
Like they're obviously doing something right. Those critics can go suck the balls. You know, of Mike, you know, they can just go do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But I really like how it ended with like with Spanish. I think that's
mm,
Spanish. I
yeah,
think,
yeah,
but
it's
it ended like with
I think.
Spanish. I think that's like a revolution kind of deal, or like it's like I don't know what this means. So like I mean we could
Oh, do you know,
I
I
didn't
actually was reading about it earlier on, and
yeah.
I can't, hold on, I might still, let me just move this,
Oh,
sorry
you might
for,
still have it in like your search history.
no, I've still got it up on the page, because I was just reading about this
Oh,
song,
gotcha,
because I've
gotcha,
been so
gotcha.
obsessed with it. So, yeah, the ending, sorry, just hold on a sec.
No, you take your time. I'll
Uh,
just put the Jeopardy music right here waiting for you. Do 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 do
oh,
do 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 do
you Emma.
do. Oh, you're gonna actually
Right,
look
here
it
we
up
go.
now, aren't you?
So it says,
Oh, you got it? Okay.
so it's Brad. Brad speaks in Spanish towards the end of the song, and then it says what it is, but I'm not going to try and butcher that by reading it. So anybody who's watching on YouTube, you can see here. If you listen on Spotify, go and look at the lyrics on
I could
Spotify.
try.
Go on then.
Present atención todos a toda la gente preste atención estud estudeme ahora misumo
Okay, well done.
sumo. I tried. I tried. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the claps. I appreciate it. You're
Um,
welcome.
so that roughly translates to.
I'm sorry. That just threw me off. That was so funny.
So
So that means
what Keith says roughly translates to listen to me, pay attention, listen to me now, listen to me now, listen to me all, listen to me right now. So again, with that kind of FU moment of, like we just said, this is my song, this is my band, my project, listen to me.
do what I
You
want.
will listen to me. Yeah,
You will
basically
listen.
what he's saying.
And I think that like
Yeah.
that's such a cocky thing to say
It is,
too,
isn't it? Yeah.
honestly.
Like it's not already
It's
an
like
FU song as well.
this was one of those songs where like you were obsessed with like I think I kind of got obsessed with it for a little bit. I put it on for a few
Mm,
times and
yeah.
I was like, man, I just love that beat. I love
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way he
yeah. It's
raps over
awesome,
it and
isn't
I
it?
love
It
that. It's
really
just
is.
so good. Yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me of
I
like
think
some, like the Bloodywood style of like when they've got the Indian
yeah.
drums in there. It really had that
Mhm.
that kind of feel along to
It
it,
really
which
adds like so it kind of like really just adds like something different when you have these like offbeat drums
mm,
and like a rap rock song.
yeah, yeah,
It just hits different.
it
It's just
does.
such a weird, but it weirdly worked in
Yeah,
a
yeah, it
way, and
does.
you're
Yeah,
like,
it
oh shit, this
completely
actually fucking
works.
works,
Yeah, yeah.
and I love this.
It's awesome.
Um, but I think that that's all I got for this one, man.
Yeah.
We both have the same song for number two, so I think that we can both
Ah,
talk about this at the same time.
yeah.
So
Okay.
it's funny. So I have my version, and then like you sent me like your second choice. I was like, how do we both have crawling for our for
Yeah.
our number two?
What a
So I
classic.
think since well, I think that since it's my turn, I'll go ahead and say my
Yeah, no,
piece
yeah,
about
you
it, and then
do.
you can say your piece about it.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and put the song on so we can. I really like the way that this one starts.
Mm-hmm.
I love the like the drain sound
Yeah, yeah,
that
that's
it
good.
has in there. I really think that that's really cool how they put that in there.
Mm,
And then it comes in with like the little synth beats
yeah,
into it,
yeah,
the dun dun
yeah.
dun dun dun. Yeah, it's so good.
It's awesome.
So the facts I have, this won a Grammy for Best Hard Rock Performance.
Cool.
It was written about addiction and mental health struggles, which was so wild for like
Mm,
Chester.
yeah.
And then
Again.
Chester said it was so hard to perform this live due to how personal it was to him.
Mm,
So like this, I can see that now
wow. Yeah.
for like especially me,
Mm,
like especially this like what I'm going through. I had to hear
yeah.
this song because I'm dealing with shit too,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like this is something that was kind of like an outlet for me.
Yeah.
Some of the lyrics that I got because I picked some lyrics for me, and then I listened to yours, and I was like I picked some lyrics for your side to talk about.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
all of them. But crawling in my skin, these wounds will not heal, obviously.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that says, there's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of reminds me of that line, kind of reminds me of the whole Beartooth thing with the albums.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's something like ugly underneath the surface,
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. But so I have two reflections because it's like, it's so weird because I had to write write something yours. Like, why does he have crawling? So I wrote two reflections for this one. So I'm just gonna say them both right now.
Okay.
Um, it says, this week I had one of those moments where everything just broke inside. I didn't yell, I didn't explode, I just sat in it. And
Mm,
this song, it felt like I knew it. It felt like it knew,
mm,
like it said what I couldn't. I wasn't trying to be fixed, I just needed to be understood.
mm,
And then for the reflection for your part, I'm gonna say this. Seeing this show up twice from both of
mhm.
us felt like a reminder that I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
This pain I've been holding is not a solo act. There's a comfort in knowing others get it. That sometimes we all feel like we're one misstep away from breaking.
Mm.
And I think that's so cool that it showed up twice because it's like, and then seeing it twice kind of was like, okay, other people are feeling what
Like
I'm feeling
validation.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was like it's valid. Like what I'm
Mm,
feeling is valid, and there's validation in what everyone feels. And as
yeah.
you're not, trust me, you're not the only one that's going through this,
Mm,
and you'll never will be because there's so many people here on Earth that could be feeling the same thing you're feeling at this exact moment.
mm,
And this song kind of and seeing you and I both pick this for our number two
yeah.
was absolutely wild. um, so this was another fact for you for this one.
Yeah.
It's a defining anthem for emotional fragility and anxiety. The echo affects mirrors inner conflict and self doubt. And
Mm.
I just really absolutely love this song, man. Why did you pick this song at
This
number two?
this was so close to being my number one. Very, very close. And I think if you hadn't have picked it, it would have been my number one. But I just saw that
Yeah,
you put it in at number two and thought, well, yeah, that's okay. Let's have it together and just, take it on together type of thing.
yeah,
That's
yeah. I think that'd
basically,
be cool.
yeah, it was honestly, that was so, so close to being number one just because this really is just, I mean, clearly I don't have another moment like I did before when I said I would rank it above whatever. When I
Yeah,
did
I don't
rank
have
it
one of
above
those,
it,
none of
yeah.
those moments.
But this definitely is. I'm going to say, choose my words carefully here. This is definitely one of my favorite songs of Linkin Park. I think this is
I mean,
this
you're
and
not wrong.
the one that I've picked for number one is probably like joint. But like I say, I saw that you picked this at number two, so I chose it for there as well. But this this song for me, I can remember it coming out. I remember the video, and again, I remember just being absolutely obsessed with it. Like that, and that drain in the video and the sound right at the start is so iconic. It's just like such a
It
small
really
thing, but it
is.
just adds so much, and especially like when it's on the video as well. But yeah, this is a massive nostalgic feel for me. Is this song, and I remember listening to it a lot when I was like in just coming up to like the end of high school. So,
Yeah,
you know, 2000s, like being that one of the, well, we were labeled as moshers back in the day. And
moshers. No,
like,
I get that. Yeah.
just the alternative um rock kids, I guess, if you like, rock and emo kids, which there weren't a lot of in my school anyway. So I was kind of one of the few that were there. And it's just a song that I found myself always listening to. And I've probably not thought about this in years and years, but just like the amount of bullying back in the day, just because I would wear a Slipknot hoodie to school or
Yeah.
choose, like obviously, that I've no hair anyway, so it's not like I had long hair. But,
Right.
just the fact of looking different and these absolute dicks just feeling like they're
Same.
entitled to say things to you or call you names. And it really is just fucking pathetic, isn't it? So this is one of the songs that I don't want to say this song reminds me of being bullied because that's going a bit way too deep, but it's definitely a
A little
song
bit.
that
A
I
little bit.
remember being out around that time when I was still, learning who I was becoming as I was growing up and coming to the end of high school sort of thing. And for me, the lyrics where he says, against my will, I stand beside my own reflection. Again, looking at ourselves in the mirror and trying to
Yep.
understand what we're seeing. It's haunting how I can't seem to find myself again. The walls are closing in. And obviously, it kind of goes on from there. But those bits for me will always stick out as a memory for that time of my life. So that's why this came in
Yeah. No, I get that,
up at
man.
number two
No,
as
I
well.
totally get that. I loved it, man. I love that we both had this for number 2. I know that you kind of like saw that. You're like, okay, we can both talk about it at the same
Hmm.
time,
Yeah.
but I definitely loved how we both had this song on here. It
Mm.
was, I kind of expected to have more than one of us to have
Yeah.
like more than one song together,
Yeah.
but I really did love how it was this specific song though.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Because this
absolutely
was like
love
you
it.
said, it was one of the music videos I remember waking up
Mm.
before going to high school and watching this video over
Yeah.
and over every time before I went to go and
Yeah.
caught the bus.
Mm.
This was the one
And I
that I
seem to I
saw, and
seem
I
to
was like,
remember as well there was a part where when Chester sings "Crawling in My Skin," there's a part where he kind of grabs onto a microphone and it's almost like slows
yeah,
down in slow motion. Just the
yeah, no, I remember
weird
that one.
things that you remember from back in the day, because it's probably years
It really
since I've actually
is.
watched that
Yeah.
video properly.
But we're about to talk about music videos here in a second, going into my
Mm.
number one here, if that's all you got, man.
Okay, yes, I am done.
All
Let's
right.
talk about it.
So my number one, obviously, Breaking the Habit.
Oh,
This was such a this is probably my second favorite album
hmm.
by them. I
Okay.
really love the turn that
What,
they
so
had with this
Hybrid
one.
Theory is your third favorite album?
Is my third favorite album.
It's kind of
Wild,
that's
right?
kind of bold statement, is that?
It's wild, right?
Wow.
I'm going to get so much shit from that. I know. Hold on.
Oh my god. Wow.
But yes, Hyper Theory is my third favorite album.
Okay.
Um, it's nothing against the band.
And that's
It's just
fine. We're all
I
entitled to
we're all
our own
entitled to our own
choices.
opinions.
Yeah.
Some opinions are wrong, but
You said it, not me.
all right. So I picked this song.
Yeah.
Um, this song took years to complete. To complete. Mike wrote the lyrics, but Chester connected them with them deeply.
Hmm.
Obviously, we figured that out now.
Yeah, of course.
The animated video shows graphic representations of internal battles that are going on.
Hmm.
The video was so iconic for this one. I think this
Yeah.
is probably my favorite video of like
Hmm.
all music video of all time.
Ooh,
Is
okay.
this one?
Another bold
And
statement.
it both say, but I
Yeah.
really do think that this is probably my favorite video of all time,
Hmm.
just because it was like one of the first real animated ones
Yeah, yeah.
that really caught my eye. And the way I can still see the video in my head of like this guy jumping off a building, like
Hmm.
he's going to like off himself. Basically,
Hmm.
he's jumping out of the window.
Yeah.
This song was also a turning point for fans dealing with self harm and breaking cycles.
Hmm.
And this was kind of getting heavy with this one now, right? So with this one, the lyrics I have says, "I don't want to be the one the battles always choose."
Yeah.
And then another lyric for me is says, I'll paint it on the walls because I'm the one at fault." And I really
Hmm.
love those lines,
Yeah.
and just the way he screams that last
Oh,
line is
yeah,
just
yeah.
so fucking good.
Hmm.
My reflection for this one is this one's personal for me and for my dad. I've spent a long time fighting battles that weren't even mine.
Hmm.
But this week I stepped away from the old cycles. I chose peace. I chose stillness. I stopped trying to fix everything and started trying to fix.
Hmm.
And I think that that's like I'm breaking that cycle. I'm breaking that habit. Like we made.
Yeah, yeah.
I know we made that joke, but it's like for real for me. I'm fixing me now.
Hmm.
I'm done. I'm breaking this cycle. I'm done
Yeah.
being in this cycle of being because it's something I can't control, right?
Hmm.
So why fight it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
why do
exactly.
that?
Yeah.
I'm choosing peace now.
Hmm.
I'm going to choose peace with everything I do, and this song just represents everything I'm going through this week,
Hmm.
and not just week, but like this past couple months. I've
Hmm.
just been dealing with this,
Yeah, no, yeah.
and now that it's coming to like its breaking point,
Hmm.
it's now I'm at a standstill and a crossroads where am I going to break the cycle
Yeah.
or am I going to continue to let it eat alive?
Hmm.
And I need to choose to fix me. And I think that this is a great song and it represents a lot of what I'm going through.
Yeah.
But
Perfect.
that's my piece so far. What did you think about the song, man?
Classic song. Very you
Oh
video.
yeah.
I have to say, very
Bury Me
you
video.
video. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, some of the
Makes me want to go watch it again.
yeah, well, on Spotify you can switch to video. So when you mentioned that, I just clicked it
Oh yeah,
across
you
and
can.
was just
Where can you do that?
oh no, it says on mine above breaking the habit. It says switch to video. Ah,
Oh no. Uh,
fail.
oh,
No,
no,
fail for
I
you.
don't.
How'd you get that back now?
No, I don't like that. I don't like how I can't go switch the
Ah,
video.
unlucky. I
No.
can.
Yeah,
Anyway,
see, it just says show artwork. It did
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
else.
no, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that
just
sucks.
looking now on your
Whatever,
screen, and my
whatever.
screen looks completely different. Literally just above breaking the habit,
Yeah,
mine just got a little button that says switch to
no,
video.
yeah,
So
that sucks
sorry
because I
about
would
that.
love to watch the video.
Mm.
No, it's man. Tell me about why you like the
So
song,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So the lyrics for me, when he says, "I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean. I don't know how I got this way. I know it's
Yeah,
not all right." And then he goes on to, "So I'm breaking the habit again." I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean. I don't know. There's just something.
that hit me pretty hard
Yeah,
too.
yeah. There's
That
something
one's like,
about
why?
that specific
I'm
line.
just I'm just so angry, but like I'm gonna say something that I don't mean, and I'm
And
gonna
like the
regret
why
saying
do I
this.
instigate? Like why
Why
do
do
I
I see
cause these
exactly?
arguments? Why do I well, literally, why do I say things
Like,
that I don't mean and try and
and then why am I
collect the
hurting the
blame?
people that I don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like hurt?
Mm,
And then it's just
yeah,
I just this song just hit me 100% this week. This was one of
yeah.
the ones that like
It's a great one.
I listened to over and over and over and over and over
Yeah.
just because like I just is how I felt. It's just what I'm dealing with. I'm battling something in myself and I need to
Mm,
break the cycle, man. I need to break this habit
yeah.
of just being like this and I can't be like this for the rest of my life. And
Mm,
I know that.
yeah.
And that's so hard to fight because when you get into like a rut or
Mm,
like for me, I deal with depression every day,
yeah.
right? So it's either I wake up and I'm okay or I wake up and I'm sad. Like
Mm,
there's no in between
yeah,
basically
yeah.
with that. Either I'm gonna be this happy golden retriever boy or I'm gonna be this sad boy. Like that's just how it is. But living with depression when
Yeah.
something like this happens to you, like in my life, it's a struggle
Mm,
because it's do I because I need to fix me. I know it's not good that I'm in this state of
yeah, yeah.
and I know that like and knowing is like half the battle when you're dealing with something like this,
Mm,
and it becomes real once you say it.
yeah, yeah.
I'm breaking this habit tonight. And I
Yeah,
love the
yeah.
way he says that at the very
Mm,
end. I am doing this tonight.
yeah.
I'm not doing this tomorrow. I'm not doing
No,
this a
no.
week from now. I'm
It's
doing
had
this
enough.
tonight.
Yeah.
And this was one of the songs that I needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I wanted to hear. I needed to hear this.
Yeah, yeah.
And this song just represents so much
Song came to you
of
again.
if song came to me again, I was like,
Mm,
it has to, this is
yeah,
it.
yeah.
This is my number one.
Perfect.
I absolutely love this song.
Good pick.
And now we're gonna go. Yep, no, that's all we got for that one. We're gonna go your number one, ma'am. I kind of figured that you were gonna pick something from this album
What
as
do you mean the
this. I
best
knew you
Linkin
were
Park
gonna
album there is? Ah, okay. That album.
to you. Everyone has opinions, Huxley, and most of them are wrong.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. I
anyway.
love this song, man. I love this. This is a great song.
I
You
mean,
went with Points of Authority, man. Tell me about it.
I did, yeah. Because like I said, I probably would have gone with Crawling if you hadn't have put it in at number two. So this probably,
From the
really.
same album, by the way.
Oh,
You're
of
number one, number
course.
two.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely is my favorite album. I feel like, especially now, I feel so blessed and privileged to have seen Linkin Park with Chester perform this in full once. And that, like, literally, they played the album start to finish, which was just an unbelievable experience.
I will give you that. This one flows
Yeah.
very well from start to finish on this
Yeah, yeah,
album.
it does. It's awesome. And this is just, again, the reason I picked this one is because of one, the nostalgia, because I, again, remembering back in the day, like the way that
Megan would be so proud of you.
the way that it kicks off with Mike forfeit the game.
Yes.
Oh man, that again is just like, what? Okay, we're immediately kicking off with this.
And put your name to shame. Cover
Yeah,
up your
yeah,
face.
yeah.
I don't even
I
really
don't
need
know,
to look at the
yeah,
lyrics
no.
because this is probably one of those albums to where I basically know every single lyric to this album. And that's how it is
Mm,
with Minutes to Midnight, and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
how it is with Hybrid Theory
yeah,
and
yeah.
sorry, not Meteora.
Mm,
It's those three albums I basically know front to back.
yeah, yeah.
And that's why those are my three favorite albums,
That's
because I
fair.
know them. I know all the lyrics in there.
Mm,
I know every single song that's off of there.
yeah.
So when it gets to like, One More Light or it gets to the like Thousand Suns.
Mm.
It wasn't that I didn't know all the lyrics or anything because I have listened to those albums before.
Yeah,
It was just nothing quite hits like Hybrid
I
Theory,
know.
and especially when it comes to like this, forfeit
Yeah,
the
yeah,
game for
that,
somebody
yeah,
else
yeah.
takes you out of the frame, put your name to shame, cover up your face. You can't run the race. The pace is too fast. You just won't last. Like, bro,
Unbelievable
like,
wordplay, man. Isn't it?
bro, it's so fucking good.
I
This
know.
is probably this is probably one of me and Megan's favorite songs to sing together because, like I
It's
said,
awesome.
I've been showing her we've been going through like all the Linkin Park songs,
Yeah, yeah.
and she's like, we were singing them all. And we're just
Mm.
like fucking screaming them.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
want to do some of them for karaoke.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
that'd
we
be
want to
awesome.
like which ones should we do for karaoke? It's like, are you doing Chester parts? Or are you doing Mike's parts? You know, which ones are you
Yeah,
doing?
a lot. Yeah, that's quite an
She obviously
important
wants to do
decision.
Chester's.
Yeah, yeah,
She wants to do Chester,
yeah.
so I like you can have it.
But yeah,
For
this
me,
again, sorry, just hearing this one
you know,
live with
was
both
that's what
Mike and
kind of sold you
Chester
for it?
now. At the time, I probably didn't really think anything of it, but thinking of it now and thinking back of just being it was at Download Festival. I
Yeah,
can't remember what year it was, but it was just an unbelievable experience when I think of it now. Obviously, it was great in the moment anyway because we got to hear Hybrid Theory in full, and that was amazing. But to think of it now, the fact that I'm never going to hear that again, and like I really enjoyed listening to that one, this specific track live, so that's why I had to pick this.
love it, man.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it's a staple in their early live shows. I even had that as a
Mm-hmm.
note.
Yeah.
Full of raw energy and rebellion
Yes.
in this one. Speaks to the cycles of control and emotional manipulation.
Mm.
For this one.
Yeah.
The lyrics that I got from this one were, "You like to think you're never wrong. You live what you've learned."
I like that one
And I
too, actually.
love that line so much, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You live what you've learned.
Mm.
You're gonna learn this, and then you're gonna live it. And
Yeah.
I just absolutely love that. And then the other one says, "The way that Chester sings, you want someone to hurt like you." The way
Mm.
he sings that
Yeah.
just really hits like a core, like that's like a core memory in me
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
hearing that for the first
Perfect.
time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the reflection I had for this one was there was a time when I let people dictate how I felt about myself, not anymore. This week I stood up for myself. I didn't beg, I didn't lash out. I just made it clear I'm done shrinking to fit someone else's comfort.
Mm.
That version of me is gone.
Yeah.
And it's not like I said, I can be cold,
Mm.
but I'm not cruel.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just
Mm.
protecting what's left of me, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm trying to protect what's left of me to
Mm.
rebuild what's what's still there and
Yeah. Yeah.
to get back to where I belong, to get back to, somewhere where I can find peace again.
Mm.
And I'm getting there, like
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm almost there. Like I'm so close that I can like almost see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm almost there to cross that finish line to say, okay, I'm
Mm.
okay now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good, and we're good, and that's all I really needed. But when I heard this fucking song, I was like, God damn it, Huxley, you had to
Mm.
fucking just put that one on me. You had to put that stank on me, bro. And I was just
I
like,
did.
why?
Such a great song.
I really did love this song,
It's awesome.
and like it says, there's other lyrics I want to talk about. It's
Yeah.
like here's, you love the way I look at you while taking pleasure in the awful things you put me through. You take away if I give in. My life, my pride is broken,
Mm.
bro. Like just the lyricism in here is just absolutely amazing for their first album.
Crazy.
This was their first
Yeah,
album
no, that's
with
what makes it
Chester.
so
And I was
mental.
like, holy shit, this is so fucking raw, so
Mm-hmm.
fucking good. I wouldn't be surprised that if Chester did this in one take.
Yeah,
Like you
probably.
said, I wouldn't be
Mm.
surprised if he did it in one take
I won't either.
and just be done with it.
Yeah.
And I love how they keep on like going back and forth
Mm.
with each other too. I love their whole relationship that they
Such a
had
good
with like
pair.
it's a good pairing of,
Mm.
how they do it. But there were some songs where Mike was more prevalent.
Yeah,
There were
yeah.
some songs where it was basically just Chester, like when
Mm.
you had Numb,
Yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
basically just Chester.
Mm.
I really like how they kind of let each other shine in ways,
Yeah, it's
and they
really
kind of like
nice.
found that middle ground. And I
Mm.
absolutely love this song.
Yeah.
This
Such a
you
good
you
one.
had you had a great top five, man. This was
Thank
really fun.
you.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and get into some honorables. I'm gonna go through my picks first.
Okay.
My first one I went with was The Messenger. This was off the Thousand Suns album.
This is the
This
closer.
was
Is it?
this was the closer of the whole album.
Mm.
It was. This is the only acoustic track on A Thousand Suns, raw and unfiltered. A final message of hope after an album full of fear and
Hmm.
and I think that because they were going through changes
Yeah, yeah.
and they were going through all the the critics were not really liking them,
Hmm.
fans weren't really liking the turn that they were doing,
Yeah.
and but I remember the lyrics in here that I have written down was, "When you feel you're alone, cut off from this cruel world."
Yeah.
And I really absolutely love the way he sings this.
Hmm.
And this was done in one take, by the way, by Chester.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, there was no filters put on his voice.
Wow.
There was no filters or anything. This was his raw voice,
Oh
and he
my
did it in
God.
one take.
Crazy.
Yeah. And it says, and then the other lyric I had was, "Remember you're loved and you always will be."
Mm,
Like
I
this
started
this
that
song
today,
was
actually.
almost in my top 5, but I didn't want it to be too emotional,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I kind of just had it as an honorable.
Hmm.
But my reflection for this one was, this one feels like something I would have needed to hear years ago,
Yeah.
maybe from my dad or just maybe from anyone who really saw me.
Mm,
Now I just try to say it to myself, still loved even when I feel alone. That's something I'm finally starting to believe.
mm.
And I really absolutely, this song just, I cried when I heard this
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Because like I
Very
said, I didn't
sad.
hear like everything that they had from
Yeah.
these albums. But when it came to this one, I was like, bro,
Ah.
like Chester, why you do this to me, man? Why you bringing tears in my eyes?
I
Like,
know.
why you got me crying, man?
Yeah.
But this was definitely really good. Any thoughts about it before I go on to my other one?
Just, yeah, the bit where he says, back home, when life leaves us blind, love keeps us kind. I really like that line.
Yes, no, that was definitely one of my favorites too.
Mm.
That like just be kind, man.
Hmm.
Just like what I tell people at the end of every episode, be
Yeah.
good to each other.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That needs to be on a fucking shirt, bro. Just be
Yeah,
good
no.
to each other. That's
Yeah,
it, man.
it does.
That's the only thing I
Merch
will ever
incoming.
say anything. Merch incoming, right? And I really absolutely love this one. I didn't think that this was going to be like uh, I didn't think that this one was going to cut as deep as it
Mm.
did when I heard it
Yeah.
because it's kind of a short-ish song
Yeah, yeah.
in a way. It's only 3 minutes, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it's only exactly
Mm.
3 minutes, but it goes by like this.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
And you don't even realize that it's been 3 minutes and you're hearing Chester.
Mm.
I was like, holy shit, this song fucking hits so hard.
Yeah.
My next one I went with was Shadow of the Day. Um,
Mm.
this one uses a softer guitar and a slow pacing to invoke quiet grief.
Yeah.
The video tells a story of personal loss in a chaotic world. The video is really good for this one. Let me go ahead and put the song on for you so we can get that going. So
Yep.
Shadow of the Day was definitely one of the ones of my favorites from the
Mm.
like I said, Minutes to Midnight album. This
Yeah,
album
yeah.
is so good, man.
Yeah.
And the lyrics that I picked from this one was sometimes goodbye, the only way, and then the sun will set for you. You know, I just love those two
Mm.
lines because sometimes goodbye is the only way to really let go of something and to just
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
just say it and just be okay with it.
Mm.
And my reflection for this one was the song always brings me back to that day, the day that everything changed with my dad when he died.
Mm.
And but it also fits now when I'm letting go of people who are still alive and but no longer with me, like they're
Mm.
no longer emotionally or mentally attached.
Yeah.
Um, the goodbye isn't angry, it's just necessary. And I'm
Mm.
learning how to live with that. What were uh some of your thoughts about this song?
Yeah, this again, probably just thinking about Chester once again for this one because of
Yeah.
the, like, like you said, the video. And when he says, when he says the sun will set for you again, I'm like reading that in the third person, and he's talking about himself again. The sun will set for you, and the shadow of the day will embrace the world in grey, and the sun will set for you. Very sad. Very sad.
I mean, it's a very me song.
Again,
This is a
very you
very, very me
once again.
song.
Yeah.
It's a very me song. Like I don't mind this one,
Yeah.
for me, but like I had to talk about this one because it
Mm.
was one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah.
But it wasn't quite like top 5 material, but it was one of the more underrated
No, yeah, I
songs of
think it was
that
a good
one.
honourable. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So my last honorable that I have that I'll put up on here. Hey, I actually, have another one that's from Hybrid
Oh,
Theory. You're welcome.
yay! Great
You're
pick, this.
welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, this is actually a great pick for me, I think,
Yeah.
as well. Paper Cut.
Yeah.
Um, so this one opens Hybrid Theory and sets the emotional tone for the entire album. Themes of anxiety, inner conflict, and identity struggles.
Hmm.
The song's layering of vocals, Mike's rapid delivery, and Chester's haunting chorus was meant to represent the voices in your head battling for control.
Oh, okay.
Ain't that
I
cool?
get
Yeah,
that
I
now.
didn't know
No, I
that.
get it
You
now,
get it
though.
now, and you're like, holy shit, that's really
Yeah.
cool. I didn't even know that.
Oh, wow.
This one, so my reflection, all right, sorry, lyrics first.
Yeah.
It's like I'm paranoid, looking over my back was a really good one.
Yeah.
It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. Like I'm battling
Mm.
within myself. Like I can't stop these voices in my head.
Yeah.
But my reflection for this one hits hard when I'm in my own head too much, when everything around me feels fine, but inside is like a war I can't quite win.
Mm.
I've had moments this week where I didn't know if my instincts were protecting me or just dragging me down. That internal voice, the one that second guesses everything, the one that whispers worst case scenarios, it's been louder lately. But the song doesn't judge that part of me. It just says, yeah, I get it. You're the only one. It says, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
And that helps me breathe, even when it's messy.
Mm.
And that's why I really love this song, man. I didn't
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that, like, it was so weird to hear this song, and I was like, well, I guess I gotta have the cylinders, I
Mm-hmm.
guess I gotta have that. This one has to be here.
Yeah.
But I really loved it, man. What'd you think about it? What'd you think about
Yes.
like having them now that you know that it's kind of like an internal
Do you know
struggle
what?
song of them going back and forth?
I feel like it's unlocked a whole new version of this song for me now. I'm going to have to listen to it with that in the back of my head and like
It's like the
real.
voice in the back of my
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
You're gonna
Oh my
I
god.
love it.
Oh, yes.
What am I gonna do with you?
Yeah. I don't know where to go from this, but yes, obviously a banger off the best album, in my opinion
I
only,
love it, man.
and many other people. And yeah, this is just such a classic song. But yeah, with that new perspective on it, that really adds something. I really do feel like
Right?
I've
Because
unlocked
it did.
something.
What you're feeling right now is how I felt
Yeah,
earlier this
yeah,
week when I found that fact out.
yeah.
You're going through the same process I'm
When it
going through,
says
but
he
I'm seeing it.
watches everything and like that, it's
He
like, oh my
watches
god, that
everything
is the
exactly.
voice in the back of my head.
And now you'll
That is
never hear this song the
crazy.
same way
No,
ever
no, I
again.
don't think I
What
will.
like I'm watching you in real time,
Yeah,
learning this fact that I've
understanding it.
learned like 4 or 5 days ago. I learned about this.
Yeah.
So like you're just now understanding this.
What? That is such a
I love
gold
watching in real time, man.
find.
It's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great find.
It's
Well
like the
done on
face
that.
inside is right beneath your skin. Like
Yeah.
there's someone underneath the skin. There's someone
Mm,
underneath that like is
right there.
yelling at you and
Mm,
internalizing everything.
yeah. My
Yeah,
God.
but I
Wow.
really like the one where he goes when it kind of slows down, kind of when it said the sun goes down me. I feel the
Mm,
light betraying me. The sun goes down.
yeah.
I really love the way he holds those notes,
Mm, brilliant.
and I like I says I feel the light betray me. It's like I feel something good has betrayed me. I've like this.
Mm,
The sun is now going down on this,
yeah, yeah. The
and
sun's going and
like,
leaving me
it
in the
was so
dark
great, man.
type of thing.
Exactly.
Mm,
But that's all I really got this one, man.
great
It's just
pick,
like a
this.
whirlwind inside of my head, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Fantastic
I
pick.
love it, man.
Yeah.
It's still my third favorite album. Just saying.
Okay. That's
Okay.
whatever. You're
You're never
entitled.
gonna let that go,
You're
are you? You're
entitled to
never gonna let that
whatever you
go.
want.
All right,
Anyway,
we'll go ahead and go to yours, man.
moving on to mine. So, first one I've got is Castle of Glass. And this is from the
This was
Living Things
very.
album. How do you like that
This
for a
was
deep cut?
this was a very deep cut.
It
This
was?
was actually one of the staple songs of this album, actually.
Right, okay. Oh, I've never even
So
listened to this album before.
really,
Hmm.
I've heard this album before. It's actually pretty good. I do like
Is
this
it?
one. It's not like I wouldn't
Okay.
say that it's like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But all the songs are like capital letters,
Hmm.
so they're all
That is
like
that is an annoyance of
that's
ours,
another
isn't it?
one. Yeah, that is an annoyance of that one. But I know how you don't. I know how you don't like that.
I don't like. No, do you like that, or do you not? You're not bothered.
It's not.
I
I
don't
don't think it
like
really
it.
bothers me
Right.
per
Okay.
se. It's just more just if the song slaps, I'm gonna listen to it. So
Okay,
that's
that's
basically how it is for me. I don't really care how it's written
it's funny you say that because
or
when I
Huxley.
saw these in capitals, I was like, I was going to pick this, but now it's kind of annoyed me the fact that I've seen all these capital letters. It's so
Huxley
pathetic.
getting annoyed at capital letters. That's very English of you.
How dare
So
they not
English of you.
write correctly?
Get out of here. Oh my god, there's
Oh
my
my god.
intro.
Yes, you're welcome once again. It's always towards the end of the episodes. I need to learn to bite my
Always.
tongue.
I don't know why it
I
just
know.
always happens.
Yeah.
I guess we just get like in a groove and then we just like start saying
Yeah, no.
whatever.
And start just getting stupid and hysterical at this point. Right. Why did I choose this then? So the reason
Yeah.
was obviously, it's kind of the meaning behind the song. So being a castle made of glass is kind of a strange concept to think about. But when he actually says, drop me down to the dream below, 'cause I'm only a crack in a castle of glass. And it's that
Yeah.
line that made me think, right, okay, so he's saying like I'm nothing, I'm this tiny little crack in a whole castle of glass, but obviously, as we and everybody knows, that's literally all you need for it to just shoot off and the entire thing just break down into a million pieces.
I really
And
like
I
the
like the
music in this
creativity behind
too.
that. Not really,
I
because the
did really
lyrics is
like the
what pulled
music
me
in
in
this one.
mostly,
Yeah,
which
the
is
music is what kind
that's
of really
almost
pulled me
opposite us
into this one.
usually.
Yeah. It's usually the other way
I
around. It's
know
like the
that's what I
lyrics usually
mean.
pull me in,
Yeah, yeah. And
but
I'm
the
like, I
music
like the
kind of
music.
pulled me in because it was a little bit different. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh shit, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
kind of dig that.
yeah.
And it kind of sort of like this slow build
Mm,
and shit like with it. I
yeah.
really liked it, man.
Oh, good.
So this was actually written for Medal of Honor, but became an anthem for emotional fragility.
Really? Medal of Honor.
Chester's vocals were meant to sound both strong and broken in this song.
Oh my
Yeah, you didn't know.
god.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was supposed to be meant for a Medal of Honor game,
Right.
but then it just didn't. It just didn't happen.
Yeah. That's
Um,
really interesting.
there like you said, the lyrics that you says, "I'm only a crack in the castle of glass,"
Mm-hmm.
and there's like another one that says, "Hardly anything there for you to see," was another one for
Mm,
me. I also put there's something about this song that feels like standing in a crowd of being invisible. It's
mm,
been holding myself together on the outside, but inside, I felt like glass.
mm.
Like one wrong wood could shatter everything. This reminded me that being cracked doesn't mean being useless, and I think that that was really cool. I really
I
like
like
this song.
that.
Yeah, that's all I got
Okay.
for this one, man.
So you got next
Let's
one,
go to your next one, man.
Sharp Edges from One
This was
More
a cool
Light.
one, man. This
This
was. I think this is your only one from this album. I
mm,
think.
it is.
Yeah, I think this is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only one.
yeah. But this is such yet again like just like especially the way that it opens. Did I say what the song was? I don't even know. It's
Sharp
Sharp
Edges,
Edges
yes. You
anyway
have.
from the One More Light album. And yeah, I don't know. There's something again about this that just sounds very folky. It reminded me of that folk episode that we did.
This was
And
probably the slowest song that you picked
yeah, yeah, I think you're
out of
right.
all of them.
Yeah. But yeah, there's just something about it just sounded like um, very folk style, acoustic guitar, vulnerability, and the lyrics when it opens is "Mama always told me, don't you run with scissors, son. You're gonna hurt someone."
I was just about
What
to
an
say that line
opening
too.
line they
What
have,
an
man.
opening,
You're
man.
gonna
Yeah.
hurt, don't run with scissors, you're gonna hurt someone. And then the bit after that is, Mama told me, look before you leap. Always think before you speak and watch your friends you keep. And again, I'm like, this wordplay is incredible. Even still, from the
Yeah.
first album all the way up to this point. And it was just a very, yeah, so the sharp edges part, sharp edges have consequences. I guess I had to find out for
Yes. That was
myself.
another lyric I was gonna bring up.
Sorry, I'll let you have some lyric time because I don't want to
No,
steal it.
that's fine. That's
I
fine. No,
could go
no.
through
There's a
word for
lot to go
word,
through here.
but
There's
yeah,
a lot to go through this one
I know you like
for
talking
this
about
one.
lyrics.
I do like this one. Sharp Edges. So here are my notes for it. This was a reflective acoustic track about learning lessons the hard way.
Yeah.
Chester said it was one of the most honest songs on the album
Mm,
that he's ever written.
yeah.
Like you said, like Sharp Edges have consequences. I guess I had to find out for myself. never forget to remember just who we are.
Mm.
You know, don't forget about yourself, man.
Yeah, yeah.
This was kind of like that was like, yeah, I'm falling apart, but like I can't forget about myself,
Mm.
man. I can't forget to love myself.
Yeah, yeah. Good
Um,
reminder.
and my reflection for this one was this week gave me some sharp edges of my own conversations. I wish I had gone differently.
Mm.
Emotions that cut deeper than expected, but I'm learning. I'm still me, just trying not to repeat the same old wounds. This track
Mm.
feels like it's a reminder that I didn't know I needed, and I really appreciated this song because I
Oh,
didn't really remember this song because I really appreciated this song a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. Oh, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, the bit as well. It's
Yeah, that's
just
all I really
it just
got.
played then as you were talking, where he actually says, "We learn what doesn't kill us makes us stronger," and I just like the way that he sings that as well. He's just got a really unique way of going through that line. It's very, very enjoyable. Sad once again.
What you It's a great song. This is a great pick, man.
Mm.
This was an awesome. I did not expect this one at all from you.
Well,
This
good.
was, yeah, I really love
That's
that.
what I'm aiming for now in these episodes. Surprise picks
I
by
love
me.
it, man.
Right, sorry, I'm sat waiting for you to tell me yours, but I've got one left, haven't I? The
Yeah.
final one, which you will probably love, is Easier to Run from Meteora.
Yes, let's talk about it, man.
So this, I mean, I was just about to say what the song entails, but the opening line, I think, does it for me. Because he literally says it's easier to
It's
run,
easier to
replacing this
run.
pain with something numb. And yet again, that just pulled me in straight from the start. And I just thought, hearing Chester sing that once again just takes me back to just thinking about how much pain he was in, how much of a dark place he was in at that time. So this pick was
Yes.
specifically for Chester, if you like. You can just we'll go through the entire lyrics of this song and just feel so sad and think about him, which is that's basically what I did this week listening to this song. It's a very sad and again vulnerable song.
So like I really did like this one because this, like I said, is coming from the Meteor album, which is,
Mm,
like I said, is my second favorite album.
yeah.
And I have to scroll up for my note that I have here for uh not yeah, easier to run. Here we go. For the lyrics wise, I said it's easier to run, replacing this pain with something numb.
Mm.
I used to think that that lyric was different. You
Uh,
know, like I usually think that he used to say something else, like something like that. Like
right, okay.
it was kind of weird the way he said it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I felt like he was saying something else for the longest time until like I read the lyrics.
Mm,
But now that I know it's numb, I mean, I've known it's numb for a long time.
yeah, yeah.
But like when I first heard this album, I was like, I didn't have lyrics to look up or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And then the next lyrics I have from was it's easier to go than face all this pain here all alone. And I
Yeah.
really absolutely love that line because when this album
Sad.
came out, I was still dealing with like, like being in the Navy, I was all by
Mm,
myself
yeah.
and I was still dealing with, leaving the home and still dealing with all the childhood trauma that I was going through while
Yeah.
still getting my own life in the Navy.
Hmm.
The facts I have is like this is a lesser known gem from Meteora, which I agree with. Focus on emotional avoidance, like you're avoiding all this emotional
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
and you're just trying to just
Easier to run away.
avoid the bigger picture. It's easier to run. It's
Mm,
like I'd rather just run from this
yeah.
than to deal with my problem
Mm,
instead of dealing with it and getting it over with.
yeah.
Um, the band said it was about bearing trauma instead of confronting,
Mm,
which I agree with too.
yeah.
The reflection I had this one was there were moments this week where it would have been easier to check out emotionally, to just shut it all down, but I didn't. I stayed, I faced the awkward silences, the jealousy, the grief, and and I'm better for it. Still hurting, sure, but I'm still here. And
Mm,
I think that that's kind of this song kind of
great.
like was yeah, it was kind of one of those songs where I listened to it was like, okay, if I don't deal with this now, I will never deal with this later, and it's just gonna get
Mm,
worse.
yeah.
And I'd rather just deal with it now and just
Yeah.
be good about it, or at
Mm,
least try. Like
mm,
yes, I'm gonna hurt, but I'm gonna heal through the hurt.
yeah. Good man.
What was I think that's all of our honorables. Yeah,
Yeah, it
time for
is.
our
That's my
solid and
last one.
platinum choices.
Ooh, wow. I think this is going to be hard for me. Hmm.
Uh, this is hard for you. This
Hmm.
was hard for me, man. This was this was a hard week for me for like solid and platinum choices, but I think that I kind of like did it, man. I think I kind of got it for this one.
Okay, do you want to go first then? While I'm still
I think I'll give you.
thinking
I think
over.
we'll go solid, platinum,
All right.
platinum.
Okay.
So I think that my solid choice for you has to go with Castle of Glass. I think that's
Mm,
probably yeah. I really did like to enjoy that song.
okay.
That song was something I really needed to hear.
Yeah.
Um, but I had another reflection for this one for me. This is the most me song on the whole list.
Yeah, I agree with that fully.
I've been standing strong all week, doing the right things, but inside, I felt like a fracture waiting to widen.
Mm,
I didn't lash out. I let people in. I carried grief without breaking in front of people. This song sounds like the exact ache and of still being here, still showing up, and even when you feel like nothing left to give. Uh, I'm not broken, but but I've definitely felt like a crack in something bigger than anyone can see.
yeah.
So this kind of like I really needed this song this week, man. This
Mm-hmm.
was really good choice. Solid choice,
Oh,
man.
good. I did not expect you to pick that one actually out of all of them, to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
honest with you.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, I didn't.
cool.
Yeah, I didn't.
What was
I
my solid choice this week? I know it's tough, right? It's so
It
tough.
really is, yeah. And do you know what? Sometimes, like way before we even start recording, I look at your picks and I'm like, right, choose them out now. What are you thinking? But then once we've done the
And then
episode and
it
you give the
changes.
context, it's like, no, those are not applicable anymore now. I think
It's like what? Yeah, because it's like you have to do it like on the fly, basically.
well, I do it without hearing stories, and then once we do the episode and you give
And
me
then once you hear the
stories,
stories,
I'm like, well, no, I have to factor
mm.
that into the
And
choices
now
as
this,
well.
yeah, and now this one's pushing this song a little above this
Yeah, I
one.
chose this one because
Yeah, I
of the
got you.
lyrics, but now this is a better story behind it, that kind of thing. Right, I think I'm gonna give your solid choice to the messenger.
Really, that's so cool that you're
Mm,
giving it to the messenger.
mm.
Did you really must have loved that song, man.
Well, I just like the fact that you related it, like the vulnerability and the raw voice of Chester did really like keep my attention, and it's just like reading, just again reading them now in what we know is just one of those that makes this song so much sadder, and it really is just horrific what happened to Chester, and I just can't not put this in for him. That's the reason.
I mean, you have to, man. Like,
Mm.
but I I really appreciate that one.
Mm.
That was a very hard, vulnerable song for me,
Oh no,
and I'm
yeah,
glad that
absolutely, yeah. That's what I
I'm
mean. The
glad that you did
context
that.
around it as well, yeah.
But your platinum choice has to go easier to run. It has
Oh
to.
really?
Easier one has to
Oh
go that one.
wow.
You
Okay.
know, so like for
Love it.
so why I gave it to you. So I even wrote a note of why I gave it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this this fits the second half of my week.
Yeah.
The quiet, lonely hours where I could have shut down, pulled away, gone cold, and no one would have blamed me. But I didn't. I stayed. I sat with the ache. I gave space for to healing, to conversation, to even laughter.
Mm.
I watched from the sidelines, gave support, and let go without giving up. That's not running, that's bravery. That kind the kind most people don't notice, but it's the kind that makes all the difference in the end. And I think that that's
In
kind
the
of like
end,
why I chose it. And like in the
you literally give me
oh
these.
my
You
god,
literally give me
bro.
these for free.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
Oh. No, but there was no other choice. It was either between that one. So if I scroll up to yours,
Yeah.
let me go. I don't know why does it do that? I say that no, those are honorables. It was either that or where is it? When they come for me.
Oh
I think it
yeah,
was either
yeah.
that or yeah, it was either that
Love
because I
that one.
just love the way that it was written. I love
Rated
the
it.
beat to it. It was
Yeah.
I listened to it over and over. Really enjoyed the
I actually
song.
thought you might have picked
And
that for the solid choice, actually.
no, it was so close.
I
Like it's
know, yeah, yeah.
but like Castle of Glass was just how I'm feeling this week.
Mm,
So it was like, oh
that's
man,
fine.
ask me again in 6 months, man.
Yeah, yeah. Might pick that.
That's why I tell everyone, ask me again in 6 months.
Oh wow. Cool. Well, I think your platinum choice for me is easily Crawling. It can't not be. After I said that, I almost had it in at number
I mean, we
one.
both chose it,
I know,
so
we both chose it. I shared my stories, you shared your stories. So, yeah, that has to go in there for me as the platinum, definitely. I love it.
I
Love it
definitely
too
agree with
much.
that one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I really think that that song really, when I first heard that song as a teenager, I got that album like 2000,
Mm,
2001, around that time. I had just started high school, or I was getting out of middle school, going into high school that
yeah.
year, and I put that album on so many times
Hmm.
through. I can't tell you how many batteries I burned through, and people don't understand that. Like kids these days will not understand how many AA batteries you go through
It was
when
hard
you're listening
enough
to an album on
carrying a
repeat. It was
CD
hard
player
enough
around,
carrying
but then you
it.
have to have a bag of
You
batteries
had
as well.
look, the anti-skip didn't work all the time, all
No, it
right?
never worked.
But I really did, and I really enjoyed that song when it first came on. Like, I don't know, it's like
Mm,
something awakened me. I think this was the first album that I really listened to that got me into, like, new metal,
yeah.
and this was like, "Okay, I definitely feel something here,"
Mm,
and and to say that that's not my favorite album is, like, weird, right? So
yeah.
it's, like, the first album that really get me into it, but then, as I grow up, I lean more towards
Mm,
Minutes to Midnight
yeah.
for that whole album and what it represents to
Mm,
the band and to me, that, yeah, Hybrid Theory got me started on new metal, but Minutes to Midnight just did it for me, man.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just one of my favorite albums that came out.
Mm.
That's gonna do it for our solid and platinum choices, our top fives, honorables, all that stuff.
What an
I say
episode.
for like, I say like for, why don't you go ahead and give your afterthoughts for this one, man?
So, yeah, bittersweet revisiting, as I've said, thinking about Chester. I have to say, mental health is real. And, if anyone is struggling with it, reach out to us, me, Keith, both of us, because we would more than happy just talk to anybody about anything. So if you are struggling, yeah, that was definitely something that I thought about this week, thinking back about Chester. Um, Thinking about the band, I mean, yeah, Hybrid Theory was just literally a staple, as we've already gone on about. And new metal, nostalgia, 2000s, just discovering life.
Yes.
So that for me will always
Yes.
hold a very special place in my heart, that album. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy any others, or, my cliche line of the week is always there is plenty to choose from, especially with Linkin Park, especially with the like range of albums and stuff that they've got as well. So there literally is plenty to choose from. Something for everyone this week.
Oh
That's
my god.
that's what my shirt
That's
needs
gotta
to
be on a
say.
shirt.
Some
That's your shirt.
it
There's
really
something for
is. I
everyone.
know.
Just
I'd
put a
wa-
bunch of different
I
albums
I
on
would wear, yeah,
it.
I would wear that weekly. Um, but no, but again, it literally applies this week because you've got the new metal, you've got Meteora, Minutes to Midnight, and then you've got the albums that come after that, which I personally am not a massive fan of, but there is still good music on it if you find it. So you just have to look, and that would be my go away thought. You have to go searching a little bit in order to find, what sort of stuff you might like.
So, like I said, I've been writing a lot. Like, I usually
Yes.
just type. Like,
Mm,
that's what I do. I type a lot,
yeah.
and I do have a journal that
Hmm.
I write in this journal all the time. Like,
Yeah.
this journal is like quite filled up now,
Mm.
and I still write in my waves across the water.
Yes.
But lately, I've been typing because I'm such a faster typer than a
Mm.
writer.
Yeah.
So I feel like my notes are all going to be electronic from here,
Yeah. Yeah.
unless it like specifically pulls me in.
Mm.
Um, but I wrote something that I think that, because I know that we always do our afterthoughts for
Yeah.
here. It says, what this list reminded me of more than anything is that music doesn't just reflect where you are. Sometimes it speaks to where you've been and quietly nudges you towards where you're going. This week was heavy, letting go, holding boundaries, missing people who are still here, and remembering those who aren't. My dad showed up in some of these songs, in the grief and the hope and the silence that still echoes even a decade later, because he's been gone longer than 10 years. But so did growth, so did peace, so did the version of myself I didn't think I ever meet. Man, that kind of rhymed. I didn't even mean for that to happen. That kind of rhymed though.
It's the Mike Shinoda in you.
Right back, I guess. The one who doesn't explode but listens, the one who stays kind even when it hurts. And going through this with you, with Huxley,
Mhm.
trading songs, trading reflections, reminded me that even in the quietest heartbreaks, I'm not doing this alone. So wherever you are when you're listening to this, maybe driving, maybe lying awake at night, I hope one of these songs finds you the way it found me. Because even when we feel powerless, unheard, or cracked, we're still here, still standing, still listening. And thank you for listening to us. This was, yeah, it was a hard reflection for me this week, man.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that I needed, and I think that everyone else, you're heard. You need to speak,
Yeah.
s- message me,
Speak up.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
I want someone to message me and be like, "Hey, man, I really loved your
Yeah, yeah.
episode. It really helped me. This song it really helps."
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care what it is. If you're struggling, message me.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll talk to you. Bro, I've been there, done that.
Mm.
I know how it is. I am 38 years old, man. I have been through a lot in my life, and I plan to go through 38 years more of this. So it's just,
Oh, more,
I
hopefully
know,
more.
right?
Like,
Hopefully more. I mean, like
that's quite
maybe I'll live until
specific.
I'm like, it's just so specific, right?
Ah,
But when I wrote that line, like, I hope that these songs find the way that they found me. Because
mm.
like I said, this week was they found me, man. The songs
Yeah.
found me. And I think that if people listen to Linkin Park, don't just listen to their hard stuff, listen to their other stuff too.
Mm.
Because you'll find something that you're
Like
gonna
I said,
reflect with and
go
you're
go digging. Mm.
go digging. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna find something that you're gonna reflect with. And I think that, you know, don't just listen to the surface level shit. Like really think about like the
Yeah, yeah.
songs and the lyrics and what they really mean.
Mm.
Because I would have never thought that I would have ever done a show with you, Huxley, where we do top fives all the time.
Mm.
And then we get to Lincoln Park and I'm talking about emotional shit and my dad's
I
been
know.
brought up and
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going through like what I'm going through this week and
Yeah.
I'm talking about it. It's like, but yeah, man, just if you're out at work and you're driving, you're listening to this silly little podcast, I thank you. I am
Yes.
glad that you are still here.
Yeah.
You are struggling mentally. Please reach out to someone because
Mm.
I know that, with what Chester went through, we don't have to do this battle alone. You are not
Yeah.
alone. You are still here, and I'm happy that you are still here.
Mm.
And that's all I really got to say, man.
Here, here.
Here, here.
Yeah.
Here. Here,
Here, here.
here.
With an empty bottle of water. Cheers. So yeah, if you're wanting to drop us an email, you can send it to wavesacrosspod@gmail.com.
I didn't tell you to give us our socials, but here you are giving the socials anyways. You know what, Huxley? I'm about to break.
So am I into our socials. So you can email
There
us
you
at
go.
wavesacrosspod@gmail.com. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at wavesacrosspod. You can find all our other links in our Beacons link, which will be in the episode description. You can join our Facebook group, which is Waves Across the Water, and you can come and join us in our Discord as well and talk about future episodes, tell us what to talk about, and come and tell us where you're from, because we get an email every week that tells us where people are listening from. So we know where you're listening from. But come and tell us anyway.
Oh, where you're at.
And yeah, literally, actually, just a thank you to everybody for that, because we actually are worldwide, and that makes us prouder beyond belief. Like we've got people listening in like Germany, Switzerland, Australia. Today we've seen somebody listen to Nepal. We've got Japan,
That was
America,
wild to
the
see someone
UK.
in Nepal,
Literally,
man.
so many people listening all over the world, and we just can't thank you enough, because it literally blows our minds that you will listen to our silly little podcast, as Keith put it.
I love it, man.
It's
I
awesome.
love this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, y'all guys have an ear-opening rest of the week. Go listen to Linkin Park. You might find something that you love. We love them. It changed our lives as growing up.
Mm.
But most importantly, be good to each other. Peace. I'm gonna break this habit over your back, buddy.
Well, in the end, doesn't even matter.
love this so much.